created the Human Rights Council, emphasized the responsibility of all states to, quote, respect human rights and fundamental freedoms for all, without distinction of any kind to race, color, sex, language, or religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. Nothing could further damage and mock this noble mandate than the presence of Saudi Arabia, a theocratic dictatorship and the world's most discriminatory state, on the Council. Saudi Arabia, a country which lashes gays and forbids women from leaving their homes without a man's permission. A government which imprisons bloggers like Fouad Al Farhan and puts TV hosts like Ali Sibat on death row for sorcery. Saudi Arabia, a nation which jails men like Hadi Al Mutif for nearly 2 decades for making a joke about religion. A country which prohibits women like Wajeha Al Huwaider from driving a car even to see her dying mother. Saudi Arabia, a nation which outlaws all churches and synagogues. A government which treats women as chattel slaves and enforces gender apartheid. Saudi Arabia, a country which prints textbooks by the millions, calling people of other faiths ahfaz, qirda, khanazir, the descendants of monkeys and pigs. The Council's founding resolution states that, quote, when electing members of the Council, member states shall take into account the contribution of candidates to the promotion and protection of human rights. Moreover, a 2/3 majority of the members present and voting may suspend the rights of membership in the Council of a member of the Council that commits gross and systematic violations of human rights. It is not the wholesale denial of freedom of speech, press, association, religion, dress, movement, and emigration deemed grave enough to remove the Saudi dictatorship from this august body. Just weeks ago, the Saudi tyrant announced a new amendment banning all criticism of political and religious leaders, punishable by prison or up to a fine of 1 million rial, and not a peep from the Human Rights Council. How on earth did such a draconian desert dictatorship come to enjoy a coveted spot on this council? How does one of the world's worst violators of human rights sit in judgment of any country, let alone liberal democracies? This could have only come about in one way: a total loss of moral clarity. My mentor, Natan Sharansky, has said that a refusal to see the difference between free and totalitarian societies, quote, undermines the universal values on which a claim to human rights is based. Moreover, to equate all cultures, to refuse to distinguish between those that are democratic and those that are not, is the profoundest betrayal of human rights. Saudi Arabia can guard human rights no more than a serial rapist can guard the rights of women. Hypocrisy is far too timid a word to describe the sham and outrage that is Saudi Arabia's presence on the Council. One singular act can help restore the honor and uprightness of this body. Saudi Arabia must be removed and investigated by the Human Rights Council. A set of firm moral standards, one that distinguishes between tyranny and freedom, must replace a system that gives equal weight to victim and aggressor, to oppressor and oppressed. The immense potential and noble mandate of this council must not be perverted any longer by amplifying the voice of the vicious Saudi dictatorship. Justice may be blind, but the UN should not be. In the name of millions of men and women forced into doublethink and self-censorship, into servitude and fear, let us confront the degrading and barbaric Saudi theocracy. Only then will this august body reclaim its nobility and advance the cause of human rights. Thank you.